Welcome back to the Madden podcast. I'm Max, your host, and I'm here with the wonderful, the amazing, and the one and only Roxanne, back from her um, week of with the classes and everyone, the meetings. So a wonderful experience. Hi, Roxy.
Hello, Max. And yes, I am back. Well, thank you for that.
Yeah. So let's share with the audience how was your week and the
The
meeting
workshop.
and
The
the
workshop.
workshop. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Workshop.
Well, it was quite interesting to put on a workshop. It was an idea, and I had someone with me that kind of did not end up coming. We tried last year. We couldn't get enough participation to cover the cost of it, and it wasn't about making a profit. It was about breaking even for me on that idea. So because I think there's a quality that is missed when you do things online as opposed to in person. And I think that humanity is taken online as a part of reality, and it's not by any means invalid. But there is also uh, something to be said about uh, being in person and working with your teacher in person, and of course having me channel for you, in the presence. There's a quite a bit different of a vibrational quality in that moment. So I'm very glad we did it, and we gathered. We gathered 11 people came, and last year we pushed it off until April. So we have 11 people that came, and we did Wednesday. Everyone flew in or drove in, and we started Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then we all said our goodbyes on Sunday and went on back to our own little bubbles, so to speak. So it was fantastic. The food was good. The logistics of running an event played out nicely. There were some little delays and hesitations. Something I would learn to know what to ask for next time when I do one of these ideas, when I do a workshop. Um, and it was pretty big, put it all together yourself, and you put it out there, and you sign a contract, and then you on the hook for so much money, and then you got to get people to come, so you got to kind of trust that and seeing if they'll show up, and they did, and we had a fantastic time. I mean, it was really, really good time, and there was a lot of information, ton of information. Even we had a couple that were in the beginner classes or the ascension classes that weren't in the advanced classes. And they're at the tail end of their 4 months. They've got about 2 weeks left. So they handled it quite nicely in the information that was coming through. And of course, there was a lot of openness and Q&A clarity offered from whoever was being channeled. So it was a really good time. It was a good time. I highly recommend doing things in person. Yeah, so it was nice. So yeah, I'm back from that, and I'm ready to do another one. Maybe this year, maybe next year.
Back home. Yeah. To normal life, right? It's always such a difference. Where when you meet people, when you are in a group, the energy, the dynamic is quite different. So it's a different experience, a wonderful experience, and also to meet people and to be with people. Yeah,
Yeah, to meet
especially
people
after.
personally,
Yeah,
see them in person. You know them on a little screen. I got to meet Vicky for the first time, and we've been BFFs for um, 2 years. You know,
cool. Yeah,
Yeah, we've been together a long time, talking pretty much every day, and then I got to meet her in person, and give her a nice big kiss and a hug. It was wonderful. And then meeting all the other people in person to see what's behind, and then you can really feel the resonance of themselves, the vibration that they are. It's very nice. It's very nice. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Oh, yeah. No, it works. Um, I was not seeing your volume. I said,
My
oh,
volume, it looks good over
no, no,
here.
now it works. Yeah, no, it was just saying, oh, it's not listening, but it's working. No, no, it's there. Yeah, and so it was what, 5 days,
Well, 3 days of training, 2 days of travel. You know,
right?
we had people check in on Wednesday. So it was 4 nights and 5 days, and they checked out at noon. Some people weren't going, the flights weren't until the evening, so they went downtown or did something. And we all ate dinner on Saturday night. We knocked off around 3 o'clock. We took a couple hours to go up and change. We went downtown about 5. We all ate together at this big. We went to the Little Red Barn Steakhouse here in San Antonio. Popular place, like a San Antonio staple. So everyone's got to go there. So we all went, and yeah, so that was a good time. And then we went back and or went to the Riverwalk after we ate and stayed there till it got dark. So yeah, we had a lot of time that we spent together. So it was a good time. It was a good time.
Sorry, there was an alarm. I don't know if you could hear it
I
through
didn't
the
hear it.
internet.
No,
No, oh right.
no.
It's I'm living in a building that is quite built in a awkward way because I can hear what is happening in 2 or 3 floors above me, and maybe less what is the direct floor above me. And sometimes I'm just like that, right? Some strange noise. Yeah, and so that's um, something interesting because this is the first time that you do like that. Last year it was informal; it was not
Yeah, that
in
was
any.
just a get together.
Yeah,
Yeah, the class get together, and we didn't have any training. We just visited with each other for a few days. You know, we did some
and
channeling and stuff,
yeah, absolutely. And
but
how
it
was
wasn't
the
training like this.
the
What?
logistic? How did you felt for the organization? Was it a lot of work, or it was quite
Um,
easy?
it was not a lot of work, but you got to have little things like I need to set up the room before I can get in the room, so I had to find someone to let me in the room before we were supposed to get in the room at 9 o'clock, and then I was like, I need to get in the room earlier because I have to set up the room, you know, and set up the recordings and stuff like that. So that was a logistics. But everything else and making sure everyone got their breakfast vouchers because I got breakfast included in the room rate, and it was either an order breakfast or a buffet, and so that was minor, but everyone got their food, and of course lunch was served to us. So, and the lunch went off without a hitch. Everything was there. The food, the specialty foods, everything was perfect. So yeah, it was good. It was at the DoubleTree by Hilton, and they did a good job. They did a good job.
Amazing. Um, yes. And so um, you
But
were
you
back.
learn things. You learn things, though. You learn things on what you would do different next time. You know,
Hmm.
next time I think I would hire a videographer with quality sound
Yes.
because I don't know about the sound on this. You know, I have a guy that'll help clean it up and get it to where it's usable, but I would rather maybe just hire a videographer next time to videotape the whole thing, and also get a different room set up, maybe more of a. We like the round tables that we had because we're not going to fill a room. I don't think we're going to get 30 people to where we would have to do a classroom style. The information is very specific, and you have to work through certain vibrational truths that you have to transcend in order to have this conversation work for you. What we teach work for you. So that's not a whole lot of people choose to go down this path. So anyway, so I think the intimacy of the round tables was really good because we all kind of were sitting next to each other, and there was no looking at the back of someone's head, side glance. So I really like that. So I know that, but I also get the room a little bit larger, and definitely get water without ice because we had people from overseas, and they don't have water and ice. So that was something.
That's true. We don't.
And I don't drink cold water or anything. I don't drink anything cold. I only drink warm room temperature water or hot water or tea or whatever. But I don't drink anything cold. Well, okay, I shouldn't say that. I do have cereal at nighttime because I love my cereal. So my oat milk is cold, but that's it.
And for you, how was it to have a classroom or having right the contact with people you are teaching with?
Well, the
Opposite
contact of
with what you do now, right? You have a lot of classes
yeah.
online, and that was not online. Did you feel it? Did you feel awkward, or was it?
Oh hell no! I never feel awkward. You know, I for me to feel awkward, you'd have to teleport me to a different planet. I might feel awkward then. Sitting in the middle of an Arcturian dinner house or something like that. And I might feel a little awkward right away, but I'd soon. But as far as the human thing, no. Well, I have nothing about that. What I did really enjoy, though, the quality of the teaching online, like I said earlier, was nice. I love it. But the quality of teaching in person has another a layer to it, something that's you would have to experience. I love speaking. And what I really, really loved about this is that I got to channel for such a long time. You know, ch- slide channeled, pardon me, slide channeled starting at, well, we got off about 9:30 to 12:30, and then lunch was served. And then we started back up at like a 1:30, 1:45 and channeled to like 3:30 or 4, whatever the time was that we choose to break off. And that was really, really awesome that I got to channel for that period of time, you know. So it's really good. And, you don't sit there and channel uh, for any random for hours at a time. It's got to be the vibration of the moment. The vibration of the moment was we were in a workshop and they came to teach, and they did. So it was really cool. So I would love to have my own physical schools, and teach what I teach online, physical schools. But that's going to take an idea of allowance and vibration to let it manifest.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's quite an exciting idea. An
Oh,
exciting
it'd be phenomenal.
potential. Yeah.
Yeah. Have a piece of land, have the school, house, people on the property, they would live there. They can live there and they have their families there if they want to. Because it's like going to college. You're going to be moving there. Will be a, food service. We'll have all that. Um, and you're there for 4 months, pretty much for 4 months. So there's I have in mind a communal garden, communal kitchen, um, access to vehicles to roam around San Antonio, things like that. So that's my idea of, you come in and you go to work 5 days a week. So, each school that I teach now takes a month long, but we only meet once a week, and then we do a lot of work, and that's good. But my idea is like to copy the mystery schools from the old days, except, each one of their schools, there was 12 schools total. Each one of their school was a year long. And I wouldn't do a year long, but I would do a month long of School of Recognition. There's so many more layers that you can work on 5 days a week. And I would write the modified curriculum, the curriculum I wrote, and I would put those other layers, and there's the other practices, and there's another things that would help fortify the recognition of your own fractal true self, the true self of separation, and begin to recognize that. And then, of course, transcendence would be the next school, followed by vibrational tactician and persona development. So you got 4 month long, you got property, you have nice accommodations, you know, but that'll take $500,000 and some land.
Oh, the land is not included there.
I don't know. So, and it may start out something obviously smaller to work up to that, but it'll definitely happen. It'll definitely happen. I'm putting all my energy into it, and the structure of it doesn't have to be completed while I'm alive. You know, see, the thing is, it doesn't matter if I'm here. If I can start it and someone else can pick it up and put that into the collective for humanity, and someone that understands to teach what I teach, then it would work. So
Yeah,
we'll see.
definitely.
There's
Yeah.
definitely it was exciting to get to teach in person.
Yes, and as you know, it's in what I've been told and what I'm feeling is that everything now is right. Every potential is more available than ever in a way, right? The manifestation that it's becoming, it's changing, it's different, but it's different in a way where we can realize things that seems absolutely impossible, or before they seem out of reach. Now
Yes.
they are absolutely as a potential available, and we can do it, even things that change completely our reality, our everyday life. They are possible. I'm not saying that that's what is going to happen. I'm saying is a potential there. And so it's fascinating to, it's simply be available, let it happen, right? It's such a wonderful time to be here, because it's giving us opportunities that are so interesting and different from what was there even just 20, 30 years ago. So we are really giving ourselves uh, everything that is needed in order to evolve into the unknown. And I'm seeing that. I'm seeing a sword, something like that, in my scale of. I've just come to put things in a sort of order, to figure out how to do things with, as I'm working, right? I can work on English, French, Italian, and I was there. I don't know how to do that, or not even I don't know how to do that. It's just I don't know how to express that, to work with that. How do I communicate with uh, online with people and all of that? Because people don't like to go on a website and be confused with many languages or all of that. And I've just come to a decision how to work with that, and when you take a decision, when you have things that are just right, and then vibrationally you feel it, because you feel that the potentials are just multiplied, they are just exploding, and you feel that is now available, and it's and I was torturing myself in trying to figure out and how to do things and all of that. And at the right moment, I just took a simple decision, and that just put everything together. Right now, obviously, I have to work and I have to put these decisions into manifestation, into right to do things. I need to act now. I know what I have to do, so it's the action that is needed now, but I figure out the action. So then it was so interesting to feel the vibrational feeling of that. Sorry. And when you take, when you start taking the right decision, or that you find what it is, you know it. And it's like, for me, it was like feeling invincible, or right, this kind of thing, knowing, yeah, this is right. And to learn to listen, because I was not listening, and I was not listening, so or not completely, right? Because it's there, it's available. The information is always there, it's always available, and then it's listen to what is there, accept it. And once I've done that, it becomes evident, I would say. And a word that I don't really like to use, because it seems that is right, like making things a little bit too easy, but it's the word, is that once you get there and everything becomes easier, but not easier.
What's the word?
Easy.
Oh, easy. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't like the word easy?
It's not that I don't like it, is that I think it can give an idea of right, that it's just like that, easy, right? That thing, there's no work or there's nothing to do. It's just, but that's the thing, is that when you align, when you listen, when you just give yourself that opportunity, things do become easier. Still, you have the work to do, right? It's not that it's there's nothing to do, but it is easier.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. And it's phenomenal.
There's a discernment you have to learn. See, when you felt, okay, let's look at a perspective of people that haven't done any work. What is their only resource of choice? Okay, so I'll give it to you. The only resource of choice is their memory, what they can think of. And thinking requires a memory. Original thought doesn't require a memory. And it has nothing to do with about the past and what the future is going to hold. See, that's very difficult for humans to understand. How can you not think of what to do, how to manage life, how to control life? What's the best case scenario? And see, as you deconstruct or transcend those truths, other truths emerge. And those truths have resonation with them. They're total resonance and we're in alignment with yourself. So that's why when there's a choice in your life that comes up, there's no emotion attached to it. There's only the truth of it. And that's the feeling you were talking about. That's it. And it's in total alignment. You don't have to try to get there. You just have to stop thinking on what you need or what you should or what you have to, on how and when and all the things that go into those. You have a feeling that lies beyond that, and that's your resonation of the nature of you. Very few people can get to that place because they're very busy structuring their life through their need, through their control, through their identity. So they don't get an opportunity to see how you can truly create with a mere focus of will. And that's a feeling, and it's not an external idea, it's an internal idea. So the intimacy of that has to be gained. And you have to, as you said a minute ago, do the work to transcend the idea of the beliefs that say this is what you need to do, this is what you have to do, this is what you must do in order to get that, that, or that. How many people are out there are caught in miserable fucking jobs? Well, most of the people you do. All you got to do is go out and go fucking shopping, and 99% of the motherfuckers that are behind the counter don't want to fucking be there. But they're there because they need to be there, because they don't understand themselves. They understand money, purpose, responsibility, obligation. So that's what they understand. So then, of course, they play that role as I did. I was supposed to go to college and I left college after a semester. I was like, what the fuck am I doing here? I'm not a college person. I don't want to be educated. I don't want to be able to do this or do that and have a career and make so much money because I did. Fuck that. That's not exploration to me. But to others, that's very passionate. They become these great ideas and go to college and earn their degrees and they follow their joy. So it's not the idea of what you are doing as a resource, it's the relationship to it. It's never about the external object, it's the relationship. So that's the resonation that you have to learn. The only thing I say is be truthful to yourself. I have a student that is leaving, this is the second student that I've had, that's leaving their family, ready to leave the marriage. It's not working. She's been structuring it for the past so many years. I'm done. So she's done because she doesn't want to keep fooling herself into the idea of her identity because of the external truths of other people. And that's a resonation. So now she may be looking as a selfish person from other perspectives, but her worthiness allows her to be unconditionally happy for no fucking reason because she's choosing the authenticity of herself instead of the demise of herself through externalism and the effort it takes to maintain those fucking images in this catastrophe of separation. But of course, it is a masterclass, so it's quite amazing. So when you feel that self, you know it.
Yes.
And if you're doing something and you're doing it to go through the motions for an outcome, stop. Stop. Let your worthiness attract an opportunity. And of course, we live in time and you don't have patience because we're in now society. Whereas severely, I want it now. I'm offended now. I need restitution now. I need the idea of satisfaction now. I can't save for a house. So instead of saving and buying a house, I'll get a loan on the house. I'll get a loan on the car. I'll get a loan on the rings. I'll do those things so I can have it now instead of taking the journey of the unexpected natural ideas of those things occurring in a manifested resonance of your perfect self. So you live in a world of resistance because you're always going against the grain of yourself, and that's a resonation itself. It's a volume, it's a resonation, it's a signature, it's a recognition. And then when you start to learn those are not the truths of you and you choose to change yourself, then you shift into a resonation of yourself, and then it becomes your job to say, I'm full of shit still.
Mm.
And how are you full of shit? Your fucking emotions. If you are fucking stupid happy or suffering, you're keeping your fractal alive. Recognize it, do the work. It's not wrong to be batshit crazy and skip along in the days and go, it's so fun to be this. And then you're empty right after it's done. Your face changes again. You return to the mediocrity self. And that self you maintain. And then if
Yeah,
you choose to do better, then you get a life of constant unconditional state of being, the unconditional love that we are. That's what you get if you discern. So start discerning. And if you don't know how, join my fucking classes. I'll teach you. Go ahead. You going to say something next?
yeah. The simple decision that I took is to work in. I'll start with Italian, and so to invest into working with Italy. Then once I've done that, I'll go and enlarge it with France. And I mean local, Switzerland too, obviously. But I mean, it's more the language. And as I was kind of resisting the idea of working in Italian, which is my first language. So I was born in southern Switzerland, which is the Italian speaking Switzerland. So that's my language. And I realized that I was resisting that because I was afraid that the freedom that comes with the fact of working in Italian, I will get myself in trouble in talking too freely, knowing that right, my family or so could listen and learn things that I'm not maybe ready to share with. And I was just right. You said before, you're full of shit. That's exactly what I was shitting myself. You're muted. Um,
Yeah, you're bullshitting yourself. Exactly. Ouch.
and so I just said, well, fuck it. I'm just going to do it and work in Italian and record videos and I going to organize a healing group session at the end of this month. I've already set up the next month. Even as someone told me, you just do it. Maybe the first time, one, two people show up, but keep doing it because it's in the repetition, in being there. When you,
If it's your passion, don't do it for a
yes,
reason. Be honest with yourself. If you love doing the work, then you do it. That's what attracts. Purpose,
yes,
that attracts lack. So you only get one or two, three people and it won't expand because it's not the truth of you. It's the image of you.
yeah,
Back
absolutely.
to
But
discernment. Go ahead. Keep going.
yes, but that's also part of you. You set yourself up, right? You do these things, and then you realize, do they work? Don't they work? Well, then you are able then to realize that's not your passion, as you were saying, right? But sometimes you may need to try things to really put yourself in it and discover your passion or your non-passion. But the thing is, right, for me now, it's to I got the realization and I put myself in action, in organizing and doing things and putting it all together so that I can take a direction where then when I took the decision, I felt this is the right decision. Then the details, so how that it's gonna be structured, that will come when it comes, right? It's gonna be realized when it's gonna be realized, because I have now uh, the
Oh, wait a minute.
the
Wait a minute.
knowing.
Let's give people an example of that. Have you started it?
Yes, I've started it.
Okay. What was the first thing you did?
The first thing I did, I started going live on Facebook, YouTube, speaking
So you did
Italian
live ideas in Italian.
in Italian.
So you
Yes.
don't need a structure, folks, is my point. Don't put everything into fucking place. Just motherfucking start. And then get
Yeah.
into it to feel your resonation with it, to feel the passion behind it. Don't forget about the structures. There'll be here's the next thing you have to do. Here's the next thing you have to do. And when it gets there, it'll be easy because it'll be aligned with you and you'll have all the tools in place to get it handled. Go ahead.
Yeah, but, well, I meant that. When I say the structure is more in my mind, is more the way it's manifested.
Yeah,
How
but
it's gonna
I
be.
wasn't saying that for you, Max. I was saying that for the audience member because their idea is to have everything in place before they move forward.
Oh yeah, absolutely, that's true. Yeah,
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 we're
you're right.
teaching Max. Good, let's go.
Yeah, but and so now I'm working on a website in Italian. Uh, and so I'm rediscovering it, and as I'm rediscovering my using Italian in this, let's say, professional way, I'm also seeing how that is wonderful, because I don't need to think if I'm speaking, if right, I'm just speaking. So I'm just going with it, and so it's those things that you can, as Roxy was saying before, you cannot put yourself in making it, and to put it together by force. It has to come together and be there, and you'll feel it. You'll know when it's the right moment, when it's there. And I think that this is something that sometimes that many people get caught up in, right? It's that we're not passionate, or we want it immediately there, and so we don't allow it to manifest in natural timing, and so then we got frustrated, we got sad, emotional, and let go and say, oh, maybe that's not the right thing. It's just that you have to allow what we use, which is time, for the manifestation. And I have to say, I've been there, right? I've done that, being impassioned, or wondering, am I doing the right thing? What is happening? Because right, all the things, all that blah blah of the brain. Um, but things come together. The right moment, when the right thing, right, when it's there, you know it. I could not have programmed. I cannot. It's not working. Programming and the structuring every second, every moment, what has to happen, when it has to happen, and why, and with whom. I mean, you can try, you can do it. It's a lot of effort for little result, to be honest. So for me, everything that is aligned, everything that is manifesting, and everything that is right, that I feel right, well, it happens the moment it happens. And I know that it's there. I know, oh, yes, this is right. But not because not because I was trying to get that right. It just came when it came, or it just come when it comes. In that moment, it's right. And you know, that is, it's a completely different manifestation, different way of having things, of experiencing things. It's different because I don't need to be fearful or lackful or whatever. It's there. It happens. And so then, obviously, there is the work, which consists in action. The action has been required, it has become evident. So then you do the action, you do the thing, because then you know, well, this is my next action, because this is what is clearly indicated to me as being my next action. Then I act. And as whatever I may have tried before, well, it didn't work. Or not in my idea of what working will be, right? Not in a outcome that I was attaching any expectation to. That didn't work. But doesn't mean that acting or doing something was not right. It was wrong. No, I did those actions with intention, with expectation, and whatever. They're done. It doesn't mean that they were wrong. It means that my expectations were not met. But those actions may have something else. This is completely different from what I was expecting, because what I was expecting was so lackful, and I was putting much resistance and opposition in it, so that my expectation could not manifest. And so do not discount what you've done because you had an intention. Do not feel like you have done anything wrong. Simply, when you have what is aligned with you, what is leading you to your potentials, to your manifestations, with there, that is a completely different feeling, a completely different way of being. And when it's there, you'll know it. But do not try to make it that way. Because very often what we do is that we tell ourselves, oh, I'm not doing that. No, but I'm not, it's not like that. It's something else. And most certainly, it's not something else. It's exactly that. It's exactly luck. It's exactly intention. But your thinking mind is trying to cloak it into something different because you do not want to admit to yourself that you have intentions, that you are doing what you always used to do. So give yourself that clarity, that true. Be true to yourself. Admit it, accept it. You're not doing anything wrong. Simply accept and admit, okay, that's what I'm doing. And that helps. And be kind with yourself. Because you're not a bad person because you have intentions. You are simply a intentionally human that has a lot of intentions, like everyone, until we do the work. And doing the work brings you a different manifestation. It does. I mean, I've been, you know how long we have been working together? I just had a little calculate, 5 years, Roxy. 5 years.
Damn, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
I know. And it's
Yeah, yeah, right. 2017, right?
mhm.
Yeah.
And right, it's an evolution, it's a work, and it is work. It is. And it's not because you don't receive a degree or anything like that that is to be discounted. And I think it's even better because this is the real work. This is the real learning discovery, and right, it's about you.
Returning your work.
Yeah.
A couple of different ways. Very hard to explain it to the layman. What do you do? What do you teach? I'm an ascension teacher. What is that? You take people up to the top of mountains? Ascension guide. No, no, no. No, no. I get people to recognize their own unworthiness, structures, beliefs, things like that. That's what we do. Well, we have to do it in ourselves first, or it doesn't work. You know, we have to do it in ourselves. Once we do it in ourselves, then we can teach it. So you have to
Yes.
tear down your self, tear it all the way down to the foundation of I am, and then allow your own self to manifest your own kingdom once again that's already there, but you just haven't seen it. So you return to its rightful place, your kingdom, your internal world, your I am.
Yeah. And it's absolutely hard
It's
to
difficult.
recognize your worth. It is very difficult. And the difficulty is not in manifesting it or in finding it, or right, because you don't need to. The worth is there, never gone away, ever.
Your existence is worthy. Exactly.
But we learn not to recognize it, and that's what we have to forget, right? To let go of. It's what we learn. All the stuff that has the messages that we have been receiving that we are unworthy, and there are so many, so many daily messages of unworthiness.
Societal standards
Yes.
that reinforce your unworthiness. And the most audacious, audacious,
Audacious.
audacious, uh, nasty ways, and also very, very subtle ways as well. That's why you have to learn the skill set of discernment, and all that is doing your work, recognition, things like that. And if you don't understand that, then watch my YouTube, join my classes, get together with Max, have him show you. Doesn't matter. He
Oh
knows
yeah.
the system. We understand how it works. Creation. It's not about some big
Yeah.
mystical truth that lies in a buried cave and secret map. It's realizing that you're an individual creator, chosen to exist, therefore you are blessed. And you are worthy of your own existence, and it doesn't need to be proven. It doesn't need to be validated. It is already I am. If you understand that, then you can understand how to deconstruct everything that you are not. That's the work, and it's powerful work, painful work, frustrating work, scary work. But it is absolutely priceless as you're ascending. And the wonderful thing is you don't get any satisfaction. The satisfaction is diminishment of what you truly get. You get a realization that's unequal to anything human emotion can equate to satisfaction. It is way beyond. It is yourself returning your own worth, realizing it, living it. It's
Yeah,
masterful. Masterful.
it is. And you know, it's, and sometimes I have moments where I cook myself in feeling such love, pure unconditional love. And and I know that I can feel that now because of all the work that I've done, that we've done, that we write all those things, the moments that we're the uncomfortable moment, the hateful moment, the lost moments of work. And I found worth in me, and I found love in me. So that when I have a moment I've with my husband, and I am able to feel such amounts of unconditional love, pure love, which goes beyond human, but it's still part of the human, right? Because I'm experiencing it from the human perspective. And I know that I was incapable of that before. It was, I couldn't have felt that. So and I'm not exceptional, right? It's what I'm feeling is not only for me, right? It's available to for everyone because we have that in ourselves.
Yeah, and
All of
there's no
us.
one. Let me make a point. There's no one special. People like to make themselves special in the way if they don't deserve that. Some people like to say that they're special because they're got some gifts. That's just total fucking arrogance. Everybody has this worthiness because everybody is creators. Everybody is God. Period. You don't believe it? That's okay. Just know that you are worthy without reason, and you can have this. Go ahead, Max. You can finish.
Yeah, absolutely. It's that's absolutely true. And what right what we talk about and our experiences, what is happening to us through our work, our right what we do. We're not expressing something that is special to us, that we only can do. We're expressing something that every human can do, and that is the real meaning of equality. We are all equal in creation because we are all God. We're all creators. We are all that being. And that's the equality. The way we manifest ourselves in this reality with our body and our experiences, our limitations that we are experiencing, right? Our lack and whatever, what we can do or not, how much food we have or not have, etc., etc. Right? That is that is the human experience. That's fine, but that's not where you can find equality because this is not a equality reality. So the differences are huge, and we contribute a lot into that, right? That's the experience. That's the human experience. The equality is in what we are, and that is for all of us the same. We are creator beings, God, and in that our abilities are all equals. We all have the same abilities. Some choose to manifest them, to use them, to discover them, to some choose that, some choose not to. But even that is part of this reality. It's our choice that we make for ourselves. We choose to do it. And you're listening to this, so obviously you choose to explore this as well. So, one of the things that when you do this work, and it's, I'd say, very important, is to recognize, to discover, to rediscover your worth. Because once you are able, step after step, to recognize it and to express it, to be it, then the quality of your experience changes.
Absolutely. The quality changes. Cool. Good work today, Max. What do you think? We're good?
Oh, yes, we are.
I think it was good.
That's very good.
Well, listen to you folks out there that are listening. If you already don't know us, you'd like to get to know us, you can find me on Odyssey of Ascension on YouTube and also my website. Information about my classes, Ascension classes. My next set of classes are starting May 2nd, and it runs every Tuesday. And you pay for 1 month at a time. It's $125 for a month. And there are 4 particular schools that last a month. And we give you all the tools to transcend yourself, to enlighten yourself, because no one can do it for you. So it's odysseyofascension.com on YouTube and as well as on the website. And Max, where can they find you at?
You can find me at breakfastwithmax.com. And I have another, website in Italian under construction that will come soon. My YouTube is Breakfast with Max as well. And you can send us your questions, suggestions, anything you want at the Madden God podcast at gmail.com.
That's it. We are the Madden gods.
Yes.
All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in with us. You guys enjoy.
Thank
See you
you
next week.